Hey, this is another video to kind of look at something called a color isolation photo, where we're just going to take one color and make that bright and leave everything else black and white. The program that we are going to be using is called Paint.net, so you downloaded that previously onto your computer. So I'm just going to open it up from my desktop here. So when you open it, you'll see there are a number of different items which are up. So you can see up here at the top, there are a lot of different tools we'll be using. This is your main toolbar over here on the left. These are the different colors that you would use. This is the history of the different things that you do, and then these are layers. So the layers are going to be very important for us. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and get our picture. So I'm just going to use a picture of peppers. So here it is right over here. I'm just going to zoom in so I can see it a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is going to take this change this picture so that everything is in black and white except this red pepper here. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to take the red pepper and we're going to select it and we're going to bring it up a layer and then change the background. So we're going to need to go over here to our tool window, and these are a number of selection tools. We're going to go to the lasso select tool. Just going to zoom in a little bit more by pressing Control and rolling with my mouse. I'm just going to draw a circle around it. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to do that kind of touch-up stuff later. You can see I've selected everything. So I'm going to edit and then copy, and then edit, and then I'm going to paste it into a new layer. So if you look over at the layer window, you'll see that a new layer has shown up. And if I remove the background by clicking this box, you can see that I'm left with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the eraser tool. I'm going to make it up here. You can see I have it at 2 pixels, so I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase some of the pieces that I don't need. I'm just going to do this pretty quickly. Because I'm not handing it in to be graded, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You guys, of course, might want to spend a little bit of extra time to make sure it is perfect. Okay, so I've pretty much selected just the red pepper, so I'm going to get my background back in. You'll notice that you don't actually see any difference at all. So what I'm going to do, this here is this red X. You can see if I hover on it, it says deselect. So nothing is selected right now. I'm going to go click to select my background. So it is now blue. I'm just going to center this. And I'll scroll out so you can see it a little bit better. And now that I've selected my background, I'm just going to use this as my overall selection. So I'm selecting this whole layer now. I'm going to go to Adjustments and I'm going to make it black and white. You can see that now my color is, my pepper is red and everything else is black and white. And that is basically all that you need to do. When we are finished, because this is not a picture at the moment, but this is a project file. We just need to save it. So File, Save As, and we will save it not as a Paint.net file, because that is a project file. We're going to save it as a JPEG, or a picture file, and you would save this with your name in it. So for me, and then I click Save. That is it. It's going to ask me, is this the settings you want? I say yes. It's going to ask if you want to flatten the image. All this is doing is it's going to take my little layers that are over here and squish it into one layer. So I would click yes. And now I can see it is now one layer. And if I go back to my original folder where I got my picture from before, you'll see this is my new picture here. I'm just going to bring that in, and there it is there. A little bit sloppy here on the orange, but you guys will fix that when you do yours. Okay, good luck.